Cherubs and archangels were formed by God in heaven before he created the earth. The archangels were the highest-ranking angelic beings. The highest archangel from the past, Lucifer, was one of these beings. He was the most beautiful creature that God had ever made, a magnificent being that was flawless in every way.
You were an anointed guardian cherub. I placed you. You were on the holy mountain of God. In the midst of the stones of fire you walked. You were blameless in your ways from the day you were created, till unrighteousness was found in you.
He was flawless in every aspect and walked on fire-colored stones. Lucifer's name means light-bearer, and that is exactly what he was. He carried God's light and glory, led heavenly worship, and brought glory, gratitude, honor, and praise to the Creator of all things. Lucifer had jewels and precious stones built into him that reflected the light of God's glory. God describes Lucifer by saying,
You were the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone adorned you. Carnelian, chrysolite and emerald, topaz, onyx and jasper, lapis lazuli, turquoise and beryl. Your settings and mountings were made of gold. On the day you were created, they were prepared.
Lucifer was so flawless, so attractive, so divine, and so powerful that he became conceited.
Your heart became proud on account of your beauty, and you corrupted your wisdom because of your splendor. So I threw you to the earth. I made a spectacle of you before kings.
He quickly developed a sense of pride in his superiority over God's other creations and began to believe that he was the one who belonged on God's throne. His goal now was to become God. Lucifer thought he was most deserving to be in God's presence, and because he seems to have understood God better than anyone else.
How you have fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn. You have been cast down to the earth, you who once laid low the nations. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit enthroned on the Mount of Assembly, on the utmost heights of Mount Zaphon. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High.
Lucifer not only wants to replace God, but he also wants to be seated in a position that is even higher. Lucifer's pride would drive him to act on his beliefs that he was indeed stronger than God. Lucifer is described as perfect in every manner, but he was blinded by pride, which also caused him to go down a road of arrogance and started pressuring other angels to serve him. His intelligence surpassed that of the other angels, so he could easily use his trickery on them. Many of the angels, who would later be referred to as fallen angels, started to acknowledge Lucifer as a greater being than God.
And the angels who did not stay within their own position of authority, but left their proper dwelling, he has kept in eternal chains under gloomy darkness until the judgment of the great day.
A fierce battle for the heavens broke out when Lucifer attacked God with the support of 1/3 of the angels.
Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil, or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, and his angels with him.
The archangel Michael defeated Lucifer. Not only is he rejected by God, but he and the other angels who fought along with him are also kicked out from heaven.
Jesus replied, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Jesus describes Satan as a murderer from the beginning and has nothing to do with the truth because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks out of his own character, for he is a liar and the father of lies.
Revelation describes Lucifer's final fate as follows.
And the devil, who deceived them, was thrown into the lake of burning sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet had been thrown. They will be tormented day and night for ever and ever.
It is said that Lucifer would not accept his punishment in silence. Lucifer started planning his retaliation against God the day he was banished. Now that he was no longer God's favorite creation, Lucifer planned to get his revenge on the people who had replaced him. God created man to take the place of Lucifer as the crown jewel of his creation. In the Garden of Eden, God created Adam and Eve. When the earth was first created, everything was good. It was perfect, gratifying, and satisfying. Man and God had a closer bond. Lucifer was determined to destroy God's creation because he could not bear the idea that God would choose a less powerful creation above him. He assumed the shape of a snake, and at the proper moment and place, deceived Eve into eating the forbidden fruit, causing mankind to fall as he did. Because man trusted Satan's words above his own, God cursed humanity with death and drove Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden as a punishment. However, because of his great love, God vowed to save people from sin. Lucifer brought sin into the world, inherited Adam's throne, and gained control of it. Aware that he would not receive forgiveness, Lucifer decided to vent his fury towards humanity. God created humans in his image. Lucifer feels like he is getting even with God every time he destroys a human soul. There's been a battle for human souls since the time of Adam. Lucifer pursues his evil desires by spreading lies and false gods throughout the history of mankind. He tempts mankind with wealth, fame, and all other temporary fleshly material pleasures. Only obedient people who resist worldly temptations and crucify their flesh in Christ enter heaven.
Be alert.